Have you been told growing up that you are too much? Maybe by a parent, maybe by this guy that you dated, maybe by a friend. Is that like a common pattern, theme, saying that you're noticing in life? You are too much. Here's the thing. You are not too much. These people in your life, and really just this starts just from a super young age, they are just emotionally underdeveloped. If you think about this, like right now we're in year 2025, and I would say in the last decade, maybe more, really stepping into your authenticity, mental health issues, this has become more of not so taboo. Now we're able to talk about these things more openly, more public. People in the last decade plus have really just started to like come out and create a life on their terms. And I'm a huge advocate for that. But here's the thing, that might be easier for the younger generation. So again, we're in 2025, I'm 40, not too sure how old you are, but if you are close to my age, around there, this is harder for you because you're not in that younger generation, because this is more taboo. There were consequences on really being your authentic self. There were consequences on saying that you're struggling in a relationship or that you have issues with somebody. Like it just was taboo. It wasn't supported. So today it's different. But here's the thing, right? If you're in your late, 30s, 40s, 50s, beyond, even though this is more normalized now, right? Being your true self, working to that, doing self-care, therapy, coaching, all of that stuff, it doesn't make your imprint growing up throughout the past 40 plus years go away all of a sudden. No, because your brain is wired that, okay, I can't be too much. This is what kept me safe. This is what kept me likable. This is how I need to be, how I need to act, how I need to show up if I am to fit in, right? But you're watching this video because you're like, I'm tired of living, I'm tired of like dying a slow death inside. Like I want to really start leaning into my power, really rediscovering my true self-worth, and just showing up in your freaking day-to-day like how you want to, right? And I get into all of this to say that, look, if you have been told repeatedly that you're too much, don't do that, or you're too sensitive, or, that's not right, or you just weren't nurtured in a healthy way, given, healthy attention from your caregivers, again, from that person you dated, or even just that hasn't been your experience, like healthy friendships. I would even say from like middle school to high school and beyond, like you're going to have a tough time showing up in your power today in adulthood. Just to remind you, and to be that voice of truth, if you don't hear this that much, that you were never too much, my love. The people in your life just weren't emotionally capable, emotionally available, emotionally healthy to hold truth, to hold authenticity, to support, to actually, nurture. They weren't. I mean, this was my upbringing as well. Like I didn't have healthy, emotionally or physically available parents. I definitely didn't have it in the guys that I was dating growing up. And I'm not just talking like high school, 20s. I met the love of my life. The healthiest relationship I've ever been had just happened in the last 10 years. I've been with my partner, it'll be 10 years in March. We have a beautiful, almost 3-year-old together. It took a lot of work to get here. And I continue to do this work internally and also within our unit together, so we can continue to grow in a healthy way, but also make sure that we are emotionally available to each other and to our child. Now, I'm not saying this to make this all about me, but I'm just saying like it's work. There's some healing that needs to happen. There is you getting honest with yourself about your past a bit and not just like pushing it under the rug like, oh yeah, everyone's had issues. Like, no, you need to look at this. You need to look at what has like your journey, your life story from birth to today to really get clear on why you feel the need to continue shrinking yourself, why you feel the need to continue hiding yourself and to wear a mask and to pretend to be someone you're not. What I want to give you is a free download PDF, Rewrite Your Story. This is the coaching exercise that I do with all of my private clients, but I want to give this to you for free so you can just start getting some understanding, some clarity of, okay, where this belief started, where this concept of it's not safe to be myself, or this concept of I'm too much, or this concept of I need to like stay small, continue to shrink myself. I want to help you get clear on where that stemmed from and your next baby steps on how to start overcoming that. Okay, so it's in the description. The link to that is in the description below. I will also put it in the comments. And I invite you to work on that. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and wearing masks and just showing up to go through the motions of the day and to get by, and you're tired of like dying inside, do this exercise. All right. And then come back and join me next week because we're going to talk and dig more into this. Okay. I really hope that this video was helpful for you today. I hope it is, giving you a nudge and really just permission. Not that you need permission, but sometimes we feel like we do. So I say the word permission because this is your permission. This is your invitation to start leaning into your power, showing up as your authentic self, and really starting to live day to day, your day to day that feels more aligned, okay, healthy, right, emotionally, and just confident. Like we have to get clear on our past. I'm not saying relive any trauma, but we have to get clear on why we think the way we think, why we have the concepts we have, and why we are showing up how you are day to day. Like a lot of that understanding, clarity, that comes from looking at your past a little bit, connecting some dots, and then you start taking the steps to overcoming that and really creating this whole new identity. Okay, and I want to help you with that first step. So download this free PDF, Rewrite Your Story, work on it, and then join me again next week. If this was helpful for you today, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know any questions that you have in the comments. Let me know what they are. I want to know. If you have anything you want to add to this, to what I'm saying today, share it in the comments. It's welcome. And subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you in another video next week on this self-worth series. But do that Rewrite Your Story exercise. It's going to help you tremendously, I promise. All right, my love, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.